Welcome to House of Earth Capricorn reading for June 2nd, 2025. Capricorns, my Capricorns, how are y'all doing today? I hope the day is finding you well. Now, this week's reading really really focusing on love a lot for this reading. And this is the first reading this week that has that's like feels like it's just strictly about relationship, loving relationships. That's what this reading feels like, and it's not a reading about whether you deserve it. Um, it seems like it's a reading where it's already given, and you might be questioning it a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Um, we pull. Let me go through the cards that we pulled for you. We pulled the Strength card, the Five of Wands, Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, the King of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Moon card. So yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot going on. And like I said, this is. I don't think this is about like you deserving love, but this surely feels like you not being open to receive it. And so that's what we're gonna. Phew, that's what we're gonna do. And the cards are calling out to you in what appears to be the kindest way. Okay. It looks like you've been kind of holding back, not because you're weak or anything, but because you're strong in all the wrong ways, kind of, right? Like you've kind of mastered. You're a Capricorn. You got it together, so you've kind of mastered the art of restraint and the art of keeping the peace and biting your tongue, like especially when your heart is screaming, right? And on the inside, there's that Five of Wands energy, right? There's conflict, and it's not loud or anything like that. I know I said it's screaming, but it manifests in different ways. It manifests in different ways. The ways that your Five of Wands energy is manifesting, and that conflict is manifesting in your love life is that you're just overthinking, right? Either you're overthinking or you're overcompensating, you're overgiving, and then you're left wondering why it feels like love is so hard for you, or for you to receive the love that you want and deserve. Like it's so hard for you, but it's because of that conflict that's within your heart. And now you're at a place where, like, every offer that you're receiving, like everybody that's coming before in front of you or offering something to you, um, like they just don't hit for you. Like they're not doing it for you. There's something. No one of true interest is coming in front of you, and you're not being picky or anything. I just think that you're being protective, right? I just think that you're being protective. So, and that's at the Four of Cups. Everybody that you're meeting, it looks like disappointment to you, and I'm saying looks. I'm stressing looks, and might be feels like it, but um I'm starting to wonder because we do have the Five of Cups here too. So the question that you got to ask yourself is like, are you looking at these individuals through the eyes of your past, right? Because the bottom of the line, it looks like grief is still like sitting at your table. Grief is still sitting at your table. Maybe it's an ex, you know. Maybe it's just like the version of love that you thought you'd have by now. You could be grieving what you might have thought. You might have had a plan to be married by now. I know how methodical and you know organized and structured that Capricorns are, and you're great at planning and you're great at following through with those plans. And so, but you can't quite be that way with love. And you might feel like you're not at a place at the place you thought you would be. Maybe you thought you'd be married with kids by now. Maybe you're dating someone you've been dating them for years and you thought by now they would have proposed. Maybe it's something that you're grieving, whether it's an ex, whether it's a current relationship that you are in but have emotionally checked out of, or maybe it's just where you thought you would be, your idea. But you're still looking in the rearview mirror, you know. But love and life requires you to look forward. You know, mind you, the Five of Cups says it's okay to mourn. What you've lost, because loss is very real. But don't miss out on opportunities, and don't forget what cups you do have, right? And then enters in this King of One energy, right? And it is energy. It's not just a person. It's energy. It's there's something passionate and magnetic and intentional behind that person. And mind you, it could be someone that's a little bit older. I'm seeing like a fire sign, possibly like a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And somebody who sees right through your armor, right? They see through that hard shell that you have around you, and they don't just want access to you. They want a connection with you. They don't just want access to you. They want a connection. So the way they move is going to be very different. And Capricorn, they're not going to beg you. Like this in this King of One energy, they're not going to beg you. And because kings don't chase, queens don't chase, right? They do command attention, and you'll have to choose if you're ready to show up. But that's a good person for you. You have to consider that. And when you do show up, okay, when you do show up, that Ace of Cups is gonna pour right in. Like that's new love, and that's real emotion there. But only if you're brave enough to open your heart. Will you get that Ace of Cups? Will you really get to enjoy and experience that new love and that real emotion? And there's a bit of trust in there. You have to trust that individual, and you have to trust yourself. You have to open up your heart. And mind you, this can be someone brand new, or it could be somebody that you already know. But whoever it is, it's coming in sincere. That's sincere love. It's spirit led. It's a healing type of love. So pay attention to who's around you, and pay attention to how intentional they're being, and give them some space for that. And so now here's the test, because, like I said, when you allow your heart to open, the Ace of Cups pours into your heart. The test is, are you going to receive it, right? That's what I just asked you. Are you going to receive it? Or will you just try to save it for later? Because we did pull the Four of Pentacles, and that Four of Pentacles is about protecting what you have, even if what you have is loneliness. You know, even if what you have is loneliness, you're gonna protect that. Um, but love, if you're looking for love, love asks for openness, not perfection. Capricorn, My Capricorn, y'all know y'all got it. Y'all got it together. I'm not gonna hold you on that. Y'all got it together. But love does not ask for perfection. It asks for openness. And you can be vulnerable without being reckless. Sometimes people equate vulnerability with recklessness. You can be vulnerable without being reckless. Okay. We also remember pull the moon card. Our last card was the moon card. And under everything, right? Under the underlining current of all of this are those little whispers, right? Those little whispers like and those fears of and I think this is what's kind of holding you back anyway is what if they leave or what if they lie or what if they cheat or what if I lose myself in them. But the truth is, you know, you have to go through that fear. And the fear gets louder at right before you break through. It's gonna be screaming. I think with the Virgos read this week, there was a similar message in walking through the fear. Because just on the other side is where your love story is gonna begin. Okay? That's where your love just on the other side of that fear is where your love story is gonna begin. And don't get me wrong, they might lie, you know, they might cheat, they might leave, but you're capable of dealing with that. And then they might not. And then look what you'll have. Look what you'll have. So understand that love is not about control. It's not a contract for control. Love really is about surrendering and being open. So you know, I think with this read, the universe is asking you, can you loosen your grip just enough to like your fists are balled up. Can you loosen them just enough to allow someone to hold your hand? Capricorn. So that's your read for this week. And your affirmation or your mantra for this week is going to be I release what weighs down my heart. I trust what flows towards me. I am ready to be loved in the way that doesn't hurt. Good luck to you, Capricorn.